Alright, so it's almost the 28th anniversary for Pokemon, so I wanted to try something new. I always like stats, especially those goofy, heavily cherry-picked random stats, so why not make a video similar to them? So here we go, 28 useless Pokemon facts, or stats, whatever you want to call it. Just know, for this video, I am only taking into account the regular and regional forms. Alternate forms or megas are not considered when doing the calculation for the stats unless otherwise stated. Alright, let's just start. Mega Banette is the only Mega Evolution that doesn't have a triple digit value in multiple stat categories. Only its attack stat hits triple digit. When including for Megas and alternative forms, there are no bug types with a base stat above 600. Every other type has at least 2 Pokemons of such instance. The most commonly used base stat is 600, in which there are 38 Pokemon who has this base stat. 11 out of 38 of these Pokemons possess the Dragon type, which is about 29% of all base stat 600 Pokemon. Just for reference, only about 6% of Pokemon has the Dragon type when looking at all non-base stat 600 Pokemon. There are 139 Pokemon with a defense stat of 40 or lower. Not a single one of them is a dual type that includes Rock. The Water type is more than 2 times more prevalent than the Dragon type, yet in the Kalos region, the amount of newly introduced Water and Dragon types are both 9. Water is the most common type with 157 Pokemon possessing the type, and the region with the lowest concentration of Water type is Paldea, where only 10% of Paldean Pokemon are Water type. Kingdra has the highest base stat out of any Pokemon that doesn't have a triple digit value in any stat category. Happiny has the lowest base stat out of any Pokemon that does have a triple digit value in any stat category. Cosmoem has the largest numerical stat increase upon evolution that leads to a decrease in any stat category. There exists 61 Pokemons with a base stat equal to or lower than 250. None of them are from the Unova region, despite it introducing the most amount of Pokemons. The weakest Pokemon in terms of base stat in the Unova region is Patrat with 255. Likewise, there also exists no Steel type Pokemon with a base stat below 250, with the weakest Steel type being Alolan Diglett with a base stat of 265. The average HP stat amongst all Pokemon is 70, while the average special attack is 69.7. Yet there are 60 more Pokemon that have a triple digit special attack value compared to HP. There are more than twice as many Pokemon that have a triple digit value of attack than there are a triple digit value of HP. Zoroark, Hisuian Zoroark, and Infernape are the only Pokemon that have a triple digit value in every offensive category, double digit in all bulk category, while having a base stat below 550. Suicune and Cresselia are the only 2 Pokemon that have a triple digit value in all bulk categories, while simultaneously having none of its offensive stat at triple digit. If we include for Megas, Audino is also added, and is the only one to do it without a total base stat over 550. There are 16 Pokemon that allocates 1/3 or more of their base stats to defense. This is the most occurring instance out of all stat categories. Rounded to the nearest ones, 428 is the average base stat amongst all Pokemon. Only Emolga has a base stat of this amount. Out of all 179 Pokemon with a base stat equal to or lower than 300, Trapinch is the only one with a triple digit attack value, and Solosis is the only one with a triple digit special attack value. On average, the flying type allocates 18.8% of all its base stat into speed. Vespiquen is the only flying type that fails to distribute at least half of the average allocation to the speed stat. There exists 39 Pokemons with a base stat total of 400 or lower, with at least one of their stat category valued at 100 or higher. Galar is the only region to not introduce a Pokemon with such a condition. There exist 8 Pokemons with a base stat total of exactly 590. All 8 of these Pokemon came from the Paldea region, and their Paradox Pokemon. If special attack and special defense aren't taken into consideration, the Pokemon with the highest base stat would be Slacking with a base stat total of 510. Only 2 Pokemon from the Kanto region allocate 63% or more of their base stat into bulk. Those 2 Pokemon are Chansey and Metapod. Applin is the only Dragon type Pokemon to allocate at least 60% of its base stat into bulk. The Cranidos evolution line is the only evolution line to allocate 1/3 or more of all its base stat into attack. When adding the best 3 stat total of any Pokemon, only Sunkern fails to achieve a stat total of 100 or higher. Mega Absol is the only Mega evolution to not allocate at least 1/3 of all its base stat into bulk. The highest unique base stat total for a non-mythical, non-legendary, non-alternative form and non-Mega Pokemon is 567. Which is Archeops, whose Pokédex number is also 567, and is also the only Pokemon that has their base stat total equal to their national Pokédex number. Yeah, that's the end of the video. I may or may not make more videos like this. It doesn't really do anything of value though, since I just be adding random restrictions and condition and call it a day. But if you guys liked it, I may do more of them. And yeah, that's about it.